topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert Show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from experts on such topics as legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to our experts in community association law, estate planning law, tax relief, Medicare, public insurance adjusters, neuropathy treatment, business brokers, and personal injury law, along with many other topics. Now here's your host for the last 17 years, Steve O.
San Antonio, New Brunswick, and I must say South Texas, because on this show, for some reason, we get a lot of mail from what's called the Valley, also in Laredo. We have got a great show for you this morning. I got to tell you, and I don't mind admitting it, I'm on Medicare. And I got to tell you, I love being on Medicare. It has saved me so much money. So for those of you who, write us and give us your negatives, listen to the show today. And we are so lucky to have with us Susan Shimp of Signature Senior Advisors. She is one of the top, I would say, probably in the whole state of Texas when it comes to Medicare. And I'm going to tell you why I love doing the show with her so much. We've got about 30 shows we do a month, and every expert handles their show different. This is one of the few experts that we have that she takes the second step and really promotes her company and her show. Let me bring on Susan Shimp, who makes this show so easy to do. She's always got great backgrounds.
Good morning.
How are you? I got to share this with you. Our show started about 2 minutes ago, and we were just talking about this right before the show. You have got on TikTok, which is only like one of our 70 platforms that we're on, you've already got 645 likes already.
Oh, that's wow. Amazing. Hi, guys.
Started the show, and you've opened up a new office.
I did. So I have serviced the New Braunfels area for a long time. I've had a stable office here since probably 7 years, but I finally have opened an office in San Antonio. So nobody has to drive to New Braunfels, hit 35 traffic. So San Antonio, I have a new office located at Jones Maltzberger in Thousand Oaks area. And so it's convenient for those who don't have to, navigate through the traffic and the construction on 35.
Well, you know what we're getting? I haven't shared this with you yet. We're getting mail from the Valley.
Yeah.
And from Laredo, and people wanting to know if you cover those areas.
So I cover the whole state of Texas. So just give me a call. I can help walk you through, any Medicare questions you have, any issues that you're running into. But I do Texas, but I do 8 other states as well. So, but Texas is my main hub.
Susan, I want to tell people, because I've walked the walk when it comes to Medicare. If you do not have a good agent, which when I started with Medicare, I did not. If you do not have a good agent, you can really get screwed up on this. This is a government tool. And you know how the government is. They want to make it so difficult. With an agent, it doesn't cost you anything.
Exactly.
And you do all the legwork, but explain as an agent what you do, Susan.
Yeah, so Medicare, they make it complicated for a reason. They don't want you to know all the ins and outs of Medicare. But as an agent, I mean, I'm trained, I'm certified, I travel nationally, so I'm very involved in Medicare. But what I do is I educate first. Educate you about Medicare. There's so many different parts of Medicare. There's mainly two parts of Medicare, but then there's letter C, and then there's letter D, and then there's letter G and letter N. And you're like, what the heck is all this stuff? It's alphabet soup. So I kind of teach everybody what all these are about. And, I help guide you. Look at your doctors, look at your prescriptions, look at your finances, look at your health, look at how you want to get your Medicare, because there's so many different ways. So we sit down and we just talk about it. And there's no pressure, there's no obligation. It's really just education first, get your knowledge, and then make the decision. And I help guide you with that decision.
Well, I got to tell you what's scaring me, as well as a lot of the letters that we're getting in. If you have Medicare Advantage, there's a lot of big companies pulling out of counties and markets.
So annual enrollment for Medicare is coming up in October, right? So summer is when all the insurance carriers start to bid with Medicare to determine if they're going to keep their plans, change their plans, add, take away benefits, all that kind of stuff. We're hearing rumblings that there are going to be nationwide, not just Texas, but nationwide, there are going to be several insurance carriers pulling out of markets. 1.32 million people on Medicare will be losing their plan for
Wow.
2027. That is nuts. So, what does that mean for you? So, if you get a letter that says your Medicare Advantage plan is terminating, ending as of December 31st, 2026, don't panic. What's going to happen is you're eligible to obviously get into another Medicare Advantage plan. But here's the other kicker, you're eligible, guaranteed issue, to get into a Medicare supplement plan, which is usually not available for people past the age of 65 unless they're healthy enough to qualify. So this gives people the opportunity to get into a supplement plan, guaranteed issue, no health questions asked. And because your plan terminates, that gives you that right away.
Wow. There are so many things going on. And the sad part about it is you don't know until what, right before October? Is that right?
Yeah, October 1st is when all the plans hit the market for 2027. Now, you'll be getting your annual notice of change from the insurance carriers, usually September. So if you check your mailbox, and very important in September, check your mailbox. You will be getting a notice from your insurance carrier if you're on Medicare Advantage. Also, if you have a supplement plan with a prescription drug coverage, you'll be getting an annual notice of change on the drug coverage. But you know, more on the Medicare Advantage side, you want to check your mailbox, because the annual notice of change is what tells you what's coming up for 2027. So it's a side by side 2026, 2027, and it tells you the changes. And you definitely want to review that. And if you don't understand it, which a lot of people don't, just call us. We'll help guide you and tell you what the changes are. And if it's something you don't like, you can make a change during that October 15th through December 7th annual enrollment period.
I'm going to tell people, please do not do what I did. It is very costly. I procrastinated, Susan. I
Yeah.
was one of those who, and it cost me. Tell people why it's so important that if they are going to be new to Medicare, or listen, you might have an agent and you go, I never hear from them. I never know what's going on with him or her. And I want to get a new agent. Tell people about that.
Yeah. So, two things. The first part on the enrollment periods. There's so many different enrollment periods. So if you don't know when your initial enrollment period is to Medicare, There's also special enrollments. Like if you lose your employer coverage and you're over the age of 65, you're retiring, that's a different enrollment period. Then there's the general enrollment period. Then there's the open, the annual enrollment period. So there's so many different enrollment periods to kind of navigate. And if you don't understand it, that's where the local agents can help guide you. So, don't worry about anything. Just talk to somebody at least 6 months in advance. That's the key. 6 months in advance will help, finalize everything, figure it out. And if you're good to get on Medicare, then we help you with that. But if you're going to delay Medicare, then we give you that guidance as well and tell you how. So, that's where a local agent in your community is very vital. There's call centers that call you and all that stuff. And, what they're doing is they have quotas they have to meet. So they don't know you, they don't care about you. They're just saying, okay, I'm checking off. I got that deal for the day. And thank you very much for the commission, right? But here, local advisors really care. They really sit down and take the time to get to know you. They take the time to, understand your needs. And, you get to see them every year. So it's not like we're one and done. We keep in contact with you all the time.
I got to tell people, you're going to be seeing ads. You're going to be getting robocalls from major companies. When you call that company up, all they're going to do is tell you about their company. Susan, you have many companies you represent.
Yeah, so I'm a broker. As a broker, we represent all different insurance companies so that we're not just, saying this company is the best for you. We give you options, because what if your doctor doesn't take this insurance, or what if your prescription's not covered under this insurance? We want to make sure that we give you options, because, everyone's different. The person, your neighbor, is going to have one plan, and then you could have a different plan. It's not always one size fits all. So we need to make sure that we have a plethora of options for people, because, everyone's different.
What about premiums? I know you don't know a lot yet, but what do you hear about supplement plan premiums going up?
Well, guess what? They're going up.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
surprise.
So your Medicare premium goes up every year. The deductibles go up every year. Medicare supplement premiums go up every year. So it's a given, right? So you just have to roll with the premiums. But guess what? There are options. So, what if you're on a supplement, Plan G, for example, and your premium went up 20%, because that was the norm last year, went up 20% per month.
Wow.
And so, you're like, I can't afford that anymore. But can I find another Plan G with another company? Yes. But then you have to qualify. You have to go through health condition or medical underwriting, answer health questions, and you could get approved. And if you get approved at that lower rate, awesome. But then they could approve you with conditions. So if they approve you with conditions, that means your rate could be a little higher, or they could just flat out deny you. So there's ways to shop around. And if you don't know, like, we know all the medical underwriting and what questions they're going to ask, so we can help guide you on that. But yeah, they're going up. Doesn't matter.
So what happens to people who can't afford it any longer?
And that's where it's coming. It's getting to be where it is becoming unaffordable, right? So there are opportunities now. Some people love Medicare Advantage, some people love Medicare supplements, and vice versa. Love hate relationship, right? Well, if you have a Medicare supplement plan and say it's just the cost is too unattainable, you can try a Medicare Advantage plan. It's a guaranteed issue trial right for 1 year. So Medicare Advantage plans usually are a lower cost. You just pay as you use it, and you get a little bit extra benefits, right, than you do on a supplement. You get dental, you get vision, you get hearing, you get over-the-counter benefits, and gym memberships, right? So you can try a Medicare Advantage plan at a $0 premium or a low-cost premium and see if you like it. They give you 1 year to try it. So say you get on in January and you have the whole 12 months. Say in July, you're like, I want to go back to my supplement plan. They allow you to go back because it's in that 12-month window. Go back to your original supplement plan, guaranteed. They have to accept you back if that plan is still available. And they don't have to ask health questions, and then you go back to the original Medicare. So there are options. It's just knowing those options. And a lot of people just don't know all the options that are available to them.
I'm getting a lot of questions. People are asking again, what is the enrollment for Medicare beneficiaries?
Well, it depends. Your annual enrollment, if you're already on Medicare, annual enrollment starts October 15th through December 7th. So we're about to get there. If you're just turning 65 and getting onto Medicare, you have a 7-month window. So it starts 3 months before you turn 65. So 3 months before, you have the month of your birthday, and then 3 months after your birthday to enroll into Medicare without any penalty. So that's the initial enrollment period. But the big one that's coming up is the annual enrollment period, October 15th through December 7th.
People are also asking on TikTok. They all have these strange names. It's not like YouTube, it gives your name. A lot of people thanking you for your show. Actually, we have almost 2,000 likes right now. But they want to know about these penalties. What are penalties?
So there's late enrollment penalties if you don't sign up for Medicare at certain times. So say you are not working and you're turning 65 and you don't have any insurance and you miss your 7-month window for enrollment and you don't get onto Medicare because you have no insurance and you're turning 65 and you're not working. If you miss that 7-month window, then you have to wait till the general open enrollment window, which is almost another year. So that's a 10% penalty. So the longer you wait to get on Medicare, if you don't have insurance or you're not currently working with insurance, then you can accrue a 10% penalty a year. And that stays with you for life. So before you get any penalties, talk to somebody who can actually help explain this and help you avoid those penalties. Don't give the government more money. You already paid in the money. Don't give her.
Susan, I got to tell you that you all do so much work behind the scenes. And I'm telling people, please do not try to do this yourself or call one company and go with whatever they tell you. In fact, I've shared this with Susan before. I actually called a company, a major company, but I called them 4 different times, and I literally got 3 different plans from the same question from the same company.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's because they're a national call center. So they take calls from all over the country. So here at being a local advisor, we know what's going on in the community. We know the plans. We know the plans that are going on in the states. So we basically help you navigate locally. And if you have any questions or issues, most of the time it's something we can help resolve. And take it. For example, I had a guy the other day, he got his primary care doctor was in network, but one insurance company was charging him out of network fees. And I was like, no, that's absolutely wrong. So what did I do? I knew he was in network. I have connections to that doctor's office. I called over to the doctor's office and I said, hey, this insurance company is charging him out of network. And they're like, no, we're in network. So they resubmitted the claim. The $200 bill was wiped down to 0 because he was in network. And I knew that. And these insurance companies are just, I think they just do too many things at once. So I don't think they're really watching what they're doing. But I paid attention. I got it taken care of. And that's something we do. We help you along the way.
This is a great one. This is also from TikTok. I just found your show. Thank you so much. I actually know Susan's company. She is doing my mother's Medicare. She is the second agent that we've had, and she is terrific. And
Oh, thank you.
I thought that was beautiful, but it's so important that people have a good agent. I mean, you don't have to write a check to them.
No.
You get paid by the insurance companies.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, yes, we do get paid commission. I get it,
Of course.
but I would do this job for free. I absolutely
Yeah.
love doing this. I love navigating, finding that needle in the haystack for a client, but I mean, it is a free service. So take advantage of it. We are not here, well, some agents, not us, but some agents are here to push one plan over another, right? And we do our due diligence. We make sure that you're on the right plan going forward. And if there's ever issues, guess what? We can make changes and we help you along the way. So give us a call, 210-767-9876. You can also text us too.
I want to share this, see how I can put this. So we've got 5 other Medicare shows across the country. Susan is the only one that will text each other or email each other. She's going somewhere. I mean, I remember you were going to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
You're always going to learn. You take the extra step that a lot of agents do not take, Susan.
Yeah, and I'll be in Nashville like the end of August for another Medicare conference. So yes, I love to learn. The more you learn about Medicare, the more you can educate your clients. And I always want to stay on the forefront of what's happening because it affects you. And I need to know what affects you because I'm going to get the phone call. Hey, what's this in the news? Or, what's coming out? So I need to make sure that I'm educated so that I can educate you.
This is from Alamo City, Martin, Alamo City. Do you like just the regular Medicare plan or Medicare Advantage plan?
Well, they're both good. There's no right or wrong. I mean, it really just depends on the situation for the person. I have clients on both. And some prefer the supplement, some prefer the Medicare Advantage. I mean, Medicare Advantage, if you've had employer coverage all your life, right? Medicare Advantage is the same exact concept, right? You have a network of doctors, you have copays that you have to pay. It's the same concept. You need prior authorizations if you have a surgery. You can't just have a surgery. They have to tell you why. The doctor has to say why you need the surgery. So if you're familiar with how if you're familiar with how your employer plan works, it's the same thing on the Medicare Advantage side. But some people are just like, you know what? I just want to pay my premium, walk in the doctor's office and walk out and not have to worry about it. So there's no wrong way. I love both of them. I can't tell you one way or another because I really do like both of them. It just depends on the situation for you.
Well, Susan, I want to tell you this is amazing. 2,286 likes. Not bad for a 25-minute show. Tell people one more time how they can reach you.
Yes. So we're the Signature Senior Advisors. Phone number is 210-767-9876. My website, signaturesenioradvisors.com. I have now 2 offices, one in New Braunfels right by Buc-ee's on the Access Road and one in San Antonio off of Thousand Oaks and Jones-Maltzberger. But we can help you regardless. I have a lady in Castroville that I'm going to go see, which is about an hour outside of San Antonio. So I do travel. So, just don't know. You don't have to always come to me, but give us a call. We'll help you. Annual enrollment, it's going to be crazy.
Susan will be back in with us next month. Susan, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
See you later.
We're going to go to a break. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.